You know something? People ask me a lot about Aquarius and Capricorn in romantic relationships or friendships because a lot of times these two become attracted to each other, at least for a little while, at least in the beginning. My mother's a Capricorn and she married an Aquarius, and I am Aquarius and I married a Capricorn. So it's a very common combination, but it doesn't usually work. So I'm going to tell you why it does work and why it doesn't work. So if you're somebody who's Aquarius and you have a Capricorn hanging around or vice versa, you can at least, think about some of these things and maybe give us in the comment section some things that you've noticed too. So my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining us for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might want to hear about this topic. Please leave us positive comments in the comment section. And if you would like to get a reading done, or if you would like to get some Ask an Aquarius merchandise, if you would like to become a patron on Patreon, all of that kind of information about me and everything else is underneath this video. So let's get started. The Capricorns. Okay. My nose turned up because what came to my mind was the haters have arrived. Okay. Not all Capricorns, hashtag. But my mother's a Capricorn. My sister is a Capricorn. I was married to Capricorn and had a baby with and had to co-parent with a Capricorn. My uncle, my favorite uncle, was a Capricorn. He passed away. His twin, a Capricorn. My grandmother, my favorite grandmother, a Capricorn. So I'm surrounded by a lot of Capricorn energy. And it's not, of course, it's not all bad energy. I loved my grandmother. My grandmother is my favorite person of all time. Like nobody else compares to Big Al, love her. But the thing about it is that the love, let me go into the love aspect, because with Aquarius and Capricorns, when we do get along, what holds us together are our similarities. And this is true for a lot of people, because remember, Aquarius and Capricorn are both ruled by Saturn, and Aquarius has a secondary ruler, which is Uranus. So Saturn is very serious, Saturn is the old man, of the solar system. So that's our serious side. Every Aquarius I know that is into like technology, business, something, we all have this serious side. Some of us are real workaholics, and Capricorn share this too. The workaholicness, the seriousness, about getting down to business. So Aquarius and Capricorn both share that together. So when we do get along, like for instance, if an Aquarius and a Capricorn got together and did a business, that would be an amazing business, because they're both going to be about their business. The Capricorn is going to be on top of like the financial aspect and the material aspect of it. And the Aquarius is going to be on like the integrity, the ethics of the company, whatever causes they give to, stuff like that. So they're both strong in different areas, but both about their business. So when we get along, that's why we get along, when we cooperate, when we work together, it is awesome. It is awesome. Sexually speaking, it's not a bad match. It's just I would say medium match. It's not awful like some other ones, but it's medium. It's like, it's satisfying, but the Aquarius in general has a higher drive than the Capricorn. And of course, it's not going to be that way all the time, but just in general, it's like that. So the times that we get along is because of that. Capricorns also like nice things, and I like this about them because they give you nice gifts. My mother gives some of the best presents, and remember, gifts are my love language, so my mother gives the best gifts. My sister isn't always the best at intuiting what I want, but she's the best at getting me what I want when I tell her what it is. She will get exactly what it is to the letter, okay? Perfect as far as that's concerned. But she just doesn't know my quirkiness enough to know what to get me without me saying it, So I feel like they give the best gifts. They have lovely homes. They believe in like keeping things nice, and they have luxury. They think, highly of their home. They usually keep it clean, things like that. So of course, depending on the Capricorn, because all the Capricorns except one I know were like that, and that's the one I married. The one I married was not like that. And it was kind of strange because it really depends on the Capricorn's chart, the whole natal chart. Because if they have the normal Capricorn placements, they will be like that. They will be studious in those ways. They will keep a nice home with luxury. But if anything is off in their chart that takes them in the opposite direction, they may struggle there. So that is what brings us together. Let me tell you what keeps us apart. Okay? Now, the thing about Capricorns is that, and I experienced this with my Capricorns, when I first got with them as an Aquarius, it was a strong attraction, very strong attraction. I'm guessing that's because of Saturn. And we could talk and we could laugh, and it was like, it was like I was getting my fix, it was like such a great energy to it. But as time progressed, I got bored. The Aquarius sometimes gets bored fast, and sometimes easily, and sometimes it takes a while. But as time progressed, I got bored because the Aquarius is a little bit adventurous, and the Capricorn may or may not be that way, depending upon what's going on in their chart. So like a Capricorn with an Aquarius moon might be really adventurous, or with a Sagittarius moon, but it depends on what's going on. My Capricorn wasn't very adventurous. He wasn't very he was a homebody. He wanted to stay home and play PlayStation. He was a traditional family kind of guy. And I wanted to see the world. I wanted to go places. I wanted to go to the bar. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be there. I wanted to do stuff. And it just was not a good match as far as that was concerned. So compatibility was a really big issue as far as that was. So that is ultimately what ended up, pulling us apart. The other thing about Capricorn that I personally experienced is with all of them, and I do mean all of them, they all try to control me. It drives me crazy. It's like when they first meet me. I went through this with a Libra too, very recently. When they first meet me, they're like, oh, I love how free you are. I love how you're your own person, And I think Capricorns like that because they want to be like that. Some of them want to be like that. They want to be more free, more open. And some of them struggle with it. So when they meet me, they're like, oh, I love that. That is so great. But let them start to see me. Let us start having a relationship. And a year, 2 years later, they don't like it no more. They don't like that freeness anymore. Now they want me to be traditional and grounded and practical and home every night and baking cookies. And, they want me to do the whole traditional kind of thing. And I'm just like, but I want to go to Dubai and pop my fingers to 3 a.m. and see you in a week, So unfortunately, that is where the separation comes in, is that they have more of that traditional grounded mindset. And I think that that is a good thing for Aquarius because, listen, the same way they like my freeness and, they enjoy it at first, I enjoy that groundedness at first. It's just that I can't have too much of it. And I think that's the thing, is finding the balance. If you're going to be in a relationship with a Capricorn or, Aquarius and Capricorn, if y'all want to be together, y'all going to have to find a balance. A Capricorn, you're going to have to let the Aquarius have some freedom. That's where you're going to lose the Aquarius. No freedom, we fly away. So you're going to have to let the Aquarius have some freedom. And Aquarius, it would be really awesome if you did do some of the traditional things. The ones you like. The ones you don't like are negotiable, But for instance, I like Christmas. Even though I'm not a Christian, I like that time of year. Christmas, winter solstice, Kwanzaa, whatever. I like that whole holiday season. So that could be something where you could come together on, Maybe you're not into all the traditional holidays, but you're into certain ones. Or maybe you don't mind cooking. Or maybe you know somebody who's a really good caterer, so you could be in charge of food, but maybe not necessarily cook it yourself. They might deliver it once a week, all the meals for the week. Who knows? There's lots of little creative ways you can get around that. But my bottom line is that if you can if you both can give a little, you'll make it. In my marriage, we were too young. We were way too young. I was extremely selfish. I was not willing to give up anything. I wouldn't give him nothing. I'll be with you. I'll commit to you, and that's as far as it's going. I'm not willing to give up my freedom. I'm not willing to give up anything. And for him, it was like, no, you're going to do what I tell you to do. Yeah, okay. You must not know about me. And that's where the fight started, okay? And that's why the relationship broke up. So what I'm saying is that if you want to be together, you can be together. Anybody can really truly be with anybody. I don't care what your sun sign is. I don't care what your chart says. I don't care your socioeconomics, your race, your class, your gender. Anybody can be with anybody if both people want to work towards it. Period. Nothing else matters. It's easier with compatibility or other things, but you can still do it. Okay? So that's my feelings about Aquarius and Capricorn. It's not a union that I like. I like it as a friendship. I like Capricorn friends because, like I said before, I really feel like I have a couple of them in my life, and I really feel like they're grounding. I feel like they're a grounding energy, and I feel like Aquarius flies off into the stratosphere very frequently. So it's nice to have somebody that is like, come on back, come on back, And because they're, so earthy and grounded and practical, I think it's really cool to be around people who are the opposite and encourage you to be more free, to be more expressive, to be more open, So that's how I see it from dealing with, so many of them. so many of them. All right, now we're going to do a positive comment. The first positive comment came from the Spiritual Love Healer. Hey, the Spiritual Love Healer said, wow, I visited her website, thestorymedicine.com, and love all her decks, the prayer beads. This would be worth adding to my collection. The energy is palatable and the artwork is stunning. I love this deck. And no, I'm not getting a commission from it. I just love the deck and I want everybody to see it. The next one is from Apple Cinnamon. Hey, Apple Cinnamon. Apple Cinnamon said, your Cabbage Patch doll, oh my God, takes me back to my childhood. Nostalgic. Let me see who's behind me. That is Edwina. She's new. I got her brand new in her box, even though she was from like 2004. And over here, this is my favorite doll. I love her because everybody always says she looks like me. This is Violet. This is my baby. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When I'm sad, I literally hold Violet. I seriously do. But if you look at her face, people always tell me she looks like me. Do y'all think Violet looks like me? What you think? Let me know in the comment section. All right, guys. It's time for us to get going. But you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.